Okay, well, gone are the days when I'd have to click start recording before loading the game because it just... the loading time is very swift. Very, very swift. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I grabbed the contact... was it the contact beam or something? And then there was voiceover. I have to go back this way. Really? Yeah. What I thought. Crispy. Since I played last, I did discover that the break room that I think I found it last stream. It actually has a couple of Easter eggs in it, but you need codes for you need to know the code to activate them, and the codes are scattered throughout. So we'll if I find them, I find them. If I don't, the internet exists. Isn't this door previously locked? No, I've been here before. These are just new.
Kindly avoid disturbing my other patients.
What is this?
Research, of course. I'm so close to finding that missing factor. A unitologist would understand.
But I am a unitologist. Well, I was raised in unitology. And I don't understand. Oh, hey. Fleshy growth on the wall, don't mind that. I'm sure it's fine. I'm gonna go shoot it. No? Where are you? I hear you. Are you up? Wasn't this where I killed something with steps? Pretty sure up there I killed something with steps. There we go. How much spare plasma ammo do I have? 25? Okay. Could be worse. Could be better, obviously, but... Lovely. No. Don't even try it. That was annoying. Now I have 7 spare shots. Lovely. Oh, I suppose the crawler came through that vent, maybe. Yeah, I feel like that. I've used that circuit breaker before. That opened a door. Do I have any nodes? Do I have... I have 1 node, and there is a bench in this room. So I'm going to go and use the bench. Can I open these? I can. 800 credits. All mine, mine, mine. I don't know why I'm like this. Suit level 3 upgrade graph extended. Oh, right, yeah. I totally found that. KIR? Ah, Kinesis grab range. Gotcha. I have 1 node. What is that 1 random node down there for? I could find out. Still missing capacity, damage, and rate of fire there. You know what? I'll go with Might actually go with grab range. Because it takes me down to the next health upgrade. That seems like a sensible thing to do. Could really do with some ammo, however. Oh, do I have to... I have to go up, apparently. Guess I'll go up. Absolutely worrisome steps to kill a necromorph. I was doing that editing, that highlight edit yesterday. There. So if you are... I'm here to do the thing that is modding. Hey, your best mod. Oh. Stop it. How you doing? Is it Stampy Stampy? Yeah. While I brain dead play some modded Minecraft, you good? Alright, well, I'm glad you're good. Enjoy modded Minecraft. What mods are you using? If I may be, if I may ask. I've been in there. I mean, just because I've been in a place doesn't mean I don't have to go back in that place, obviously. I'm mostly tired. I'm dealing with a lot of the stress of people continuing to promote Hogwarts Legacy, which, you know, as a trans person is fantastic. So there's that, and that's kind of consuming the internet right now. You don't list all 170 mods. No, that's fair. What is the purpose of the mods? What have you modded it to do, I guess, is the pertinent question. Is it just like minor gameplay fixes, Galaxy Craft style, total, you know, overhaul, etc., etc.? Skyblock pack? Ah, gotcha. I vaguely know what that is. I used to try the challenge maps in Minecraft, and I'd always get like, I don't know, 3 in-game days into it, and then just get bored. Hello, level 2 security door I previously could not open, but can open now.
Clearance confirmed.
Oh. Well, this is lovely. Did I just... I did just push that. Okay. It's a really squished X-ray. Line rack schematics. Why have I just picked up line racks? I'm not carrying the line rack? Unless this is maybe another room you can find the line rack in. Who knows? I don't actually have the line launcher on me, so it's great that I've picked ammunition up for it, I suppose. I love... It's Ken on our space. Welcome in, Byron. I love playing horror games where you expend your inventory to, quite frankly, absurd amounts, and you never have enough resources to fill it. It's fantastic. Also, can we just address the fact that that is totally a hard drive to the right there? That is a hard drive. Anyway. I'm going. Chemical research. Danger. The Ishimura Chemical Research Lab contains volatile chemicals and toxic biological agents. Get your transphobes out of here. Maintain safety procedures at all times. Sorry, I'm still a bit salty about the Hogwarts Legacy thing. Yep, down here we go. Hmm. Oh, that's just a shortcut. I see. So I can just backtrack that way easily enough. Can't get that way. Oh, I must be able to get through that door maybe at some point. Not right now, probably, but... That's... Yeah, that door just lets me bypass the lift. Hey, Nicole. Oh. Is this the thing?
All survivors, please join us.
I think this is a mini-boss. Why isn't there a save point?
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan.
Quite a way away. Okay, I'll risk it.
Medical is essential.
Shipwide transmission override. Isaac Clarke.
Just a trick.
Isaac.
No, it was a trap.
Isaac. Make us.
There's been stasis. Curses.
Isaac Clarke. All right. Dr. Brennan's nearest and dearest. We were colleagues, you know. Dr. Chalice Mercer. Are you the reason the marker won't begin? That's it. Convergence is installed. She's meddling. How is the question? But even if I was to ask, I suspect you're not the talkative type.
No.
And I haven't fully explored the cause of death as that missing factor. Dismemberment. Now I think you're on the right track there. Try and relax, Mr. Clarke. Convergence is so close. Maybe your death will tip the balance.
No. I don't want to do this. I don't have the ammunition to deal with this. Oh look, it's regenerating.
Daniel, open the chemical lab!
What?
Just do it!
On it! It's open! Go!
I want to! Get off!
Nicole's broadcast.
It was a trick by a fucking unitologist. Dr. Mercer.
He's locked down medical to experiment on the crew.
Oh, God. Every way out is locked down through one of the offices. Must be Mercer's. I can brute force the internal doors, but you'll have to reach his office and lift the lockdown manually.
That's fine. So, yeah, that's a regenerating enemy. You can't kill it. So, it's like, just run! Sell that. How many line racks do I have in storage? 9. Sell those. How many stasis packs do I have? 2. We'll sell one of those. And we'll just buy some more ammunition. And there we go. Right. Where is my? Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, you can move while you've got the image, while you've got the rig up. By the way, I don't know if I demonstrated that before or not. Could you be quiet in there? Not you, chat. The tram station.
Unwise, Mr. Clark. My hunter may regenerate, but he takes an attack like that personally.
I think this is the right way. Is this a collectible? I'll read that after the fact. Am I going the right way? Yep. I'm just gonna... Okay. I'm gonna read this and hope I'm saved. Hope I'm safe, sorry. Harris's choice. Patient log. Dr. C. Mercer, second science officer, conversation with B. Harris. Patient Harris. That's why you're writing this down? Dr. Mercer. The church will thank me later. Dr. Mercer. I hear it too, Mr. Harris. Others find the marker signal a burden, but for me it's inspiring. New surgical techniques, new technical designs. A pity I can't grasp the deeper nuances like you do. Patient Harris. You mean the codes? Or the voices that are hungry to be heard? Hungry, like stars are hungry. Dr. Mercer, and to think those fools tried to cure you. You have divine insight, Mr. Harris. I can interpret it. The deepest secrets of the marker. Convergence. Even the hive mind itself could be ours, if you trust me. Patient Harris, God speaks through the marker. It needs to be heard. But I can't give it to you. I try, but it slips away, like it's stuck behind my eyes. Dr. Mercer, and the best means to retrieve it would have unfortunate consequences, unless... Tell me, Mr. Harris, do you know the term cellular regeneration? Personal log, Dr. C. Mercer, second science officer, observations. Convergence, where the bodies of the dead will rise, united, undying, made whole by the marker. So we're taught, but all this raw material, all my work, and the marker remains inert. Ever since that first contact, as it were, words repeat in my head. The makers must be absorbed. A divine insight, perhaps, that creating my hunter is part of the answer, and yet I... delete it. No. I will not doubt. No unitologist has ever been so close. To cheat death, that withered old tyrant. I must have a matching tenacity. I wonder if that's Harris, or if Harris is the hunter. I'm actually going to pause the game at this point, just to check to see if I've missed any collectibles on my wild running away from the hunter. So amuse ourselves for a moment, chat, why don't you? Cheese indeed. I like cheese. I actually watched a like a how it's made video on Stilton earlier. It's pretty interesting. And I like Stilton. Like I knew what was in it, so it doesn't bother me. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm in Lethal Devotion. Chapter 5 of 12, by the way, chat. Oh, I also have to remember that Chapter 9 is... everything in Chapter 9 is missable. I can replay, obviously, but still really rather not. Okay, I have missed one. Missed a few, turns out. Hopefully I'll be able to find them on my way back out. I'll keep that page up actually, because I can go back through the level for them after I've dealt with the hunter.
Warning. Local door protocols corrupted. Rebooting system. Please stand by.
Who's there?
Oh my gosh, he's alive.
I can help you.
Not me. Save hydroponics. We're all dying. Air's poison. But there's still time. Her enzyme will work if... She just needs liquid nitrogen. Save us!
That would have been a lot more...
He was right. Air quality is dropping ship-wide. Something's poisoning the oxygen in hydroponics. If we lose our air supply...
He said we could fix it. He came looking for liquid nitrogen, and there has to be some in the cryogenics lab.
Okay. Not like we have a better option. I'll clear you a path to cryo.
Yeah, that would have been a lot more impactful if the
Door protocols rebooted.
ragdoll hadn't
Thank
broken.
you for your patience.
Want a comprehensive rundown about Stilton? Okay, so basically, standard cheese making process, but it's made with the
Toxic hazard detected.
damn it. Okay.
Shameful, Mr. Clark. Forcing me to liquidate my research subjects.
He's back in the back. There's gotta be. Here! There's emergency vent control at the security checkpoint. Go! I'll try to lock him out.
Sorry. Please bear with me. I don't actually need to kill all those. Oh, there's one of them.
Surgical log. Dr. Jonathan Mercer. It's a shame. When I began my research, Aaron's kind insight into the marker were invaluable. Now he's the recipient of sending little missives like this one. You butcher! I saw your hunter. I know who it used to be. That cellular regeneration. God, don't you see what you've done? I agree with Amelia. If this is unitology, I want no part of it. My diagnosis. Poor Terrence is suffering from the same dementia reported on the Aegis 7 colony. Amelia, for example. The only Amelia has ever mentioned was his wife. Amelia Kine died 7 years ago.
Toxic hazard cleared.
Just wasted that oxygen tank.
Okay, it's clearing. Mercer pumped that gas in from hydroponics. The air's already that bad.
I'm gonna need a faster way to cryogenics.
I'll open the other door from the chemical lab. It'll take you straight there.
Okay, so what was I saying? Stilton, right? Yeah. So standard cheese making process, right? You separate the milk into the curds and the whey. Stilton, you use the whey, which is the solid bit that kind of accumulates on top of the curds, which is the liquid bit of milk when it separates. And it's compacted into cylinders of about 18 pounds in weight, and during the process of curds and whey, a bacteria called, was it Penicillium roquefort, is added as a culture, which is a mold bacteria, and then the curds are when it's turned into a cylinder, the curds are smoothened so that no air can get inside it, because you just kind of pat them because they're still wet, there's still liquid in it, and you just essentially just smooth it down so no air can get into the middle of the cheese. And you let it gravity dry, so you just put it in like huge warehouses of cheese cylinders, which is an amazing saying, as all the liquid falls out. And as the liquid falls out, the outside of the curd cylinder starts to go moldy just through air and natural bacteria and natural mold spores in the curds and stuff. And at that point, they use a machine to just basically puncture it with loads of needles to allow air into the middle of the cheese, to allow the Penicillium roquefort to actually develop and grow. And that's how you get the blue mold in Stilton. You only have like a 12-week period to eat Stilton, though, after which point it is not good. So if they know that the Stilton's being shipped out quite a distance, and technically speaking, only about 6 dairies in the country can make Stilton, if they know it's going to be shipped quite a distance, they ship it early so that it has time to fully mature. I need to check what I picked up there. It was... Is it Mercer's Journal? Nope. Dr. Knight's dementia.
Surgical log, Dr. Charles Mercer. It's a shame. When I began my research, Terran's kind insights into the marker were invaluable. Now he's been reduced to sending little missives like this one.
You butcher! I saw your hunter! I know who it used to be! That cellular regeneration? Good God, don't you see what you've done? I agree with Amelia. If this is unitology, I want no part of it.
My diagnosis. Poor Terrence is suffering from the same dementia reported on the Aegis 7 colony. Amelia, for example. The only Amelia is ever mentioned was his wife. And Amelia Kine died 7 years ago.
And there we go. That's the one that was being played during a really tense moment. I'm going to pause it now. So I've still missed 2. There was one on the way back somewhere, which is fine, and there's one in imaging. But as I say, I'll grab those after I've dealt with the hunter. Although if I go and save, I suppose I could. Okay, so I need imaging. Which is... Well, this is the way I just came, but there is something in hallway B, I think it was. Oh, I have to go through imaging anyway. That works out. So where was it? It's upstairs. Upstairs from imaging diagnostics. So I guess just take that lift if I can. Up. and hopefully find it.
They Victus!
That made me jump. That made me jump.
24 whole months.
Congratulations on the 24 whole months, Ari. Thank you for making me jump. I really appreciate that. I'm currently trying to figure out how to get the collectibles that I missed because I was running for my life from a regenerating enemy. We always appreciate your business. Employee name. You know what? I'm just going to buy some more. Okay, that gives me 48 rounds. Let's clear that out. 2 medium med packs should be okay.
They Victus!
Ari's heart is bigger than mine.
Doesn't matter on Stable Days. You're the one that gifted me the franchise which brought rise to Ve Victus, so your heart's pretty large too, as cynical and bitter as it seems to be. It matches my own in that respect. Didn't mean to make you jump. No worries, it's a horror game, and currently you can probably hear auditory hallucinations. I think the content warning's bugged as well, so that's fun. Caw! Thank you, your best mod. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for giving the gift of me. Thank you for being the stream's top cheerer so far. Your support means the world to me. Okay, I guess when it's the top tip, it doesn't read it aloud, but I see the word boo. Don't think I don't. Big fan of this dark hallway, huh? I don't know which way to go. This way. Not this way. This way? Not this way at all. This way. Thank you for being the stream's top cheerer so far. Your support means the world to me. Yeah, thanks for the scam train chat. I appreciate it.
Choo choo scam train.
Laura, I'm here and you're very tired. Okay, they're all dead now. But that's why you're playing Minecraft. Oh, is it in this room? Nope. Nope. Absolutely not. None of your bullshit today, sir. Oh, all this was to get around this one, by the way, because I don't want to pop it by accident. Where's the door? There's a door somewhere. Here it is. Oh. Oh, there it is.
Patient log.
Oh, audio log contains depictions of psychological manipulation and medical malpractice, chat. Just to give you a heads up. If you're not cool with psychological manipulation and medical malpractice, probably duck out for 30 seconds or so. Enjoy the whole not working 12-hour days and then we'll wish your body could relax, though. Bath with hot water?
There. I have to record these days. The old memory, you know.
Clearance
As I was saying,
confirmed.
the new treatment I'm developing should be just the ticket. The trial is very promising. Trial? You'll be back at your post in a jiffy with CEC none the wiser. Unless you don't trust me.
No, of course I trust you. Let's give it a shot.
Volunteer. Tier 9 is a young male, testing my new tissue regeneration formula. I expect death within the hour, but the changes to the vascular system are very promising. One moment for the cleanup.
For the last time, get a trauma team in here. Yes, I called 3 times. My patient is crashing. Get off your smoke break and help me.
You're right, Tor. Doctor, unless you don't trust me. Well, I don't now, for the YouTube's benefit. Also, welcome in, Tor. How you doing? Had a bath yesterday and that was good, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not a fan of baths, but I know that... Like, I just don't... Like, I shower. I do clean myself, chat, I promise. I just... Baths and I don't vibe. But then again, the last time I had, like, a good long soak, I nearly had hypothermia because I was in there. I nearly came out with hypothermia because I was in there that long, so... You know, that's on me. But I've never personally vibed with baths. I'll take a long, like, hot shower. Okay. Oh, wasn't there a... Yes, there is. Thought there was a save point. Never mind. Congratulations, whoever just won 5 points in the jump catch game. Spend them well. Or not. I'm not going to judge you. It's entirely up to you what you spend them on. I'm still 2. Ah, there's the save station. So, chat, the next chapter, hydroponics. That's the chapter I'm really concerned about. Those are some funky antlers. Oh yeah, they're in the perpetual high five, or almost perpetual high five. Handlers. Oh, that's why I like you, Tor. That's why Tor can stay in this channel. Gonna say something. Can't remember what I was gonna say.
Level 3 security clearance required.
Oh, thanks. No worries, no worries. We like puns here. I mean, most of my weekly highlights are puns, so there's that. Yeah, so the next chapter has an audio, like a very persistent... Oh, hey, sweet. Hype train expired. Has a very persistent sound that plays pretty much constantly throughout, and I'm very concerned it's going to trigger my muscle tics. So I might need to either just turn the webcam off or take periodic breaks. I know this is a trap. Go yourself first. I try to. I do try to. And unlike in the last game which did it, Disco Elysium, which fantastic game, but my gosh, the sound effect they used for the pail was annoying. I know it's coming, so there's that. Right, let's trigger the trap anyway.
Seeing my hunter unleashed is almost worth losing my other patients. But you and Dr. Brennan have delayed me enough.
If you've heard Nicole,
I have never shown you anything but courtesy to Dr. Brennan. Can you say the same?
I can say I'm not a fucking murderer.
Speaking of courtesy, do I have you to thank for fixing the Ishimura's engines?
Yeah. I'm an engineer. That's what I do. I engine things.
Our homecoming will be truly divine. And I doubt even you can stop a convergence event fueled by the entire population of Earth.
You take these things to Earth, it's all over.
Only for the faithless. Humanity will be made whole, Mr. Clark, with or without you. I'd say you've chosen your side.
I don't think he's an actual doctor. And well, if he is, I think he should have his license revoked. Get out of here. Someone please revoke this man's license and take away his PhD. Yup. Pretty much. Was that room just for that? Okay. Oh, you're still alive. Nope. We're having less of that. Maybe he's a research doctor. Here's some nasty babies. Yeah, the babies are kind of what really shows that this is a game from 2008. I don't think they particularly... Oh dear. Ah, I see. Get him into the... Get the hunter in here. Yeah, I don't think the babies really add anything to the game. I don't think they did originally, particularly, but... They really don't add anything to the game now. Yep, yep. Ah, dang it. Go back to, let's say, there's this point. No, I'm pretty sure he's just a medical doctor. Oh, whoops. There we go. Or a liar. You know, he could be a liar.
Transferring specimen to storage.
Bastard locked me out again. Isaac, you okay?
I stopped that hunter.
There's a log there.
Mercer's gone. He wants to take these things to Earth, Kendra. You have to seal the captain's nest and warn Hammond.
Okay, I can seal the nest, but I haven't been able to reach Hammond since he went to the crew deck. Isaac, our air quality is falling fast. If you've got liquid nitrogen, we gotta fix hydroponics.
On it. Keep trying to reach Hammond. Mercer, I don't think he's done yet.
No, he's not done until I put like a plasma round through his leg. Something I have been meaning to say. I saw this on Twitter yesterday. So in the section in a previous chapter where you go to the captain's nest and you talk to Hammond, Isaac takes his helmet off. One of the other digital deluxe skins is Isaac as a necromorph. It's called Infested or something. And when he takes his helmet off, he has no head. It's pretty cool.
Got something, Isaac?
It's... let's call it a tissue sample from Mercer's pet hunter.
Careful. Who knows what mad science went into that thing?
Maybe I could find out. Figure out what Mercer's up to.
Side quest?
Fast. There has to be a DNA scanner close by.
Isaac, the hydroponics tram station is sealed off. You'll need another way there. Take the tram back towards the hangar, then head to the repair station. Remember where you took that broken tram car off the tracks? There's an access door in there that'll take you to hydroponics.
Premeditated malpractice. That's an amazing side quest name. Found a sample. Yes, this one. Track objective. Show a map. Where am I going? Oh, that's not where I am. Okay, I got really confused then. That was just back through medical. So, save. Headless Horseman vibes? Pretty much. I mean, the skin's pretty cool. And actually, chat, I was going to ask you, I was probably going to do this as a Discord poll as well, but For the, you know, when I'm done here. Oh right, I have to go around. When I am done here, would you do you want me to do a new game plus for the alternate ending? There's no, you know, bonus material or anything to do. Let's get past it. Oh! Okay, that's really annoying. Game was so dark I couldn't see the things that were attacking me, and yes, the A prompt is on Isaac's back, but when I'm looking ahead of Isaac to see what's ahead of me to, you know, shoot in the dark, you can't really see the A prompt kind of just fades from the periphery. So that was annoying. Right, although now I know all that shit's there, I'll just kill it, you know, on my way through. R.I.P. indeed. R.I.P. indeed. It was over here. Wow, they've mixed it up a little. I appreciate that game. Thank you. Get off. You're annoying. No one likes you. What I say to myself every night when I go to sleep. Yeah, so New Game Plus. Do you want the New Game Plus? There'll be absolutely no additional content apart from just picking up collectibles I've missed on the first time around. So I don't mind doing it off stream at all. I want EL Hallway B, so I do need to go that way. Bob's finally made spam mac and cheese and it was glorious. I can imagine. I saved, right? Yeah, I just saved. I mean, if you're going to replay it, you might as well stream it. I mean, it might be nice. You know, pick a different weapon to highlight. The plasma cutter's good. I like the plasma cutter. It's it's iconic, but it has good feel. But at the same time, there are a lot of other guns in the game. For context, for people who are unaware, there is an achievement to play the entire game using only the plasma cutter. Oh no. So that's what I'm doing. Right, I need hallway B. It's the one straight down the end. Want to hear more about the spam mac and cheese? Use chickpea mac, then fried up some spam and cut it into little pieces and mix it all. Delicious. Does sound pretty delicious. Oh right, yeah, I ran past all of this. I don't know, chat. That enemy just seems like it's there to waste, to soak up your ammunition. We good? How much ammunition did I... Okay, I've got some spare ammo left, so there's that at least. Okay, so this is hallway B. It's supposed to be a collectible. There it is. I wouldn't have checked the guide either. Upcoming audio log contains a depiction of disturbing death. Content warning. I wouldn't have gone and checked the guide, except I knew because I was running from the hunter that I wasn't paying full attention to the environment, and so I was going to miss stuff. As I've said, my plan is once I finish the game to then use a guide to find the collectibles I'm missing.
Dr. Charles Mercer, Tissue Regeneration Experiment 5. The children of the marker, kind necromorphs, have provided all the material I could ask for. And the infector variant has provided a key insight. Implanting the material directly into the brain renders optimal results. Of course, that requires puncturing the frontal bone just above the glabella.
Please, no.
Don't worry. It's been sterilized.
I don't think that's what the patient's worried about. At all. Content warning's nice. Yeah, it's in the accessibility features, so you can turn it off if you want to. I just like providing the the warning. So far I've missed I haven't missed that many, and some of them I think might be like the ones in chapter 1 where I just didn't get stuck on a puzzle, so I didn't need the hint that the collectible is classed as. But yeah, so the content warnings apply to the audio logs, the if you're coming up to something in the world that could be like a trigger warning, it tells you. So at the very start where Chen gets murdered by necromorph, the game's like, hey, there's a sequence of, I think it's like extreme harm to a human or something. Patient, please don't kill me. Doctor, don't worry, I'll kill you in a sterile way. Yeah, that's basically what that conversation was. And you know what? His heart's not in the right place either. Weapon upgrades. Ripper, flamethrower, contact beam, line gun. Still nothing for the humble plasma cutter. Let's get some of that going. And why not buy... You know what? I'm not going to buy Node. Yeah, but additionally, for people who don't know, in the accessibility settings, there is a filter. So if the game is about to do a content warning covered scene, I think it's just like a blur filter, but it will blur the area out, which is really cool. Also, all things considered, the store still being operational is impressive. It's true. It is. It's automated, so as long as there's power, I suppose. Alright, anyway, where am I actually going with this? Oh. It's been a while since I got hit by a door. I don't expect that corridor to be empty on the way back, I'll be honest, chat. Am I going down? Is it taking me to the... It is. Oh, hang on, wasn't there a bench down here somewhere? Yes. And a save station, actually. I don't want to put it into damage, chat. Give me 1 more health. And... size. Just being immature, don't mind me. Yeah, we'll grab this damage upgrade. Let's see. Isaac's spinal rig is getting more and more divided as he gets more health. It's a pretty neat feature. I dig it. Don't worry, you're immature with me. Oh good. Oh good. Right. Anyway, let's trigger an event, shall we?
Beginning DNA analysis. Match found for Brant Harris, mining contractor, Aegis 7. Registered physician, Dr. Charles Mercer. Warning. Severe DNA abnormalities found. Rig tracking is available to trace possible contagion. Authorize.
Harris, what did Mercer do to you? Authorize.
Syncing logs and points of interest to Rig Locator. Thank you for your commitment to public health.
Yes, public health, that's my commitment. It's not the sweet dopamine hit I get from just doing side quests. Really? That's all the way back where I just came from, game? Seriously, that is just back where I came from. Gosh dang it. Light up spinal rig would be a great replacement for Spoon Theory. It really would be. Just like, turn around, I want an emotional check-in. Okay, you're not ready for this conversation? That's fine. You could say things like, talk to the back, or I'm going to show you my back, and people wouldn't get insulted by it. Don't mind me moving before the lift had finished there, chat. I'm sure it's fine. The door made me jump. I forgot it was doing this. Free stasis refill. I haven't picked anything up, have I, that I can sell? No, not really. I'm going to save, however. I will say, and I'll mention this again in my thoughts, you know, when I provide the review at the end of the game. It may look like a 2023 game, but it really still feels like a 2008 game. Right-hand door. Just keep turning right, I guess. And that's fine. Like it is a remake. It's not like they were doing anything new with it. Oh. I forgot this door existed, if I'm being honest. Content warning, chat. The upcoming scene depicts a graphic lobotomy, which do actually trigger me slightly. So this will be fun. I'll let you know when you can look, if you want to look away. Grim. Yeah, I'm gonna save, and there was a button to press, so I'll tell you when I'm pushing the button. But like, it's gonna be sterile, I guess. Right, I'm going to push the button. So if you want to look away, 3, 2, 1, I'm pushing the button.
I was recording. Here, look up for me. Just a sliver of bone between us and Marco's secrets. Relax. It won't be like Aegis 7 and that unpleasantness with the nurse.
Wasn't a nurse when I did that. This errand you want me to do in ore storage. The miners won't like it.
They're probably as narrow-minded as the miners in the colony is. Tormenting someone for being a little different. Don't they deserve a good scare?
Yeah, they do. I'm ready.
Easy. Try and insert this material in the right region of the brain.
Oh God. I can see the Marcus codes. It's been trying to show me. They're hungry. They're coming. They'll make us whole. Doctor, I see it now. The marker speaks. We can answer.
Tell me how.
Tracking related rig activity.
Okay. Yeah. Go to ore storage, where I can't go right now because I don't have the. I don't have a tram stop for it. So I think that's it. I don't think I have any more side quests. Oh, probably somewhere in engineering. And Vilka's rig is in the hangar bay. I could do these two, I suppose. I'm going back to the tram just to delay the environmental maintenance stuff. Yeah, something I do watch Critical Role. I will admit to that, because it's one of the few actual plays that has a good quality audio, and I really struggle if the audio quality is bad.
Clearance confirmed.
But the past couple of recently, there have just been a lot of casual magical lobotomies, however temporary, and I'm not here for it. I don't like things like Charm Person anyway, but there's just overuse from NPCs. Really, really grinds my gears. Okay, I think there's a necromorph in the emergency room, but I have avoided it, so we're all good. I'm saving a lot, I admit. Oh, I need to sell the thing. And by sell the thing, I mean buy the thing. I believe I don't think I picked anything up to sell. No, but I picked up money, which will allow me to get more plasma energy. Right, save again, because it's a horror game, and I'm still not entirely sure developers have figured out that death does not equal horror. Okay, so, I have to go back to the hangar bay anyway, but I could go to engineering. Hang on. Where is it in engineering? but I'm not... I can't get through a level 3 door game. Why are you telling me that I can do it when I can't? No, I'm only clearance level 2, as denoted at the bottom of the inventory screen. Okay, so I can't do that one. And that's all the way over there. No engineering for me. Not yet, anyway. I mean, I have to go back to engineering anyway, so it's not that big a deal. I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth... Like, that's the outside section, isn't it? I'm reasonably sure that's an outside section. Accessible from engineering, actually. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's best to do. Show a map again, please. I just need I need the engineering map more than anything. Because I'm pretty sure that huge outside section was... was where I flew to. Well, not flew to, but travelled to when I was going over to engineering originally. I could be wrong. Be wrong about that. You know, I'll go to engineering anyway.
Engineering.
I'm tracking the wrong thing on the map, I apologise. But I think it was this way. Because then I can grab it and just keep going through the hangar bay to where I need to be. Theoretically.
Now arriving at mining engineering. Check station when departing.
Okay, so if I... Yep. Track that. Error days. Oh gosh. I'm glad I have all of that ammunition. So many spider babies. Pretty much. Pretty much. Well, that was unpleasant. So I think if they burn to death, it gives you what you'd get if you stomped on them. This is the engineering hub for those who weren't here last time. That's why I ran this way. Oh, right, 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I've been in there. Is this an airlock? Yes, it is.
Entering zero gravity.
I remembered correctly. Go me. Yeah, this is, by the way, this is a lot more intuitive and user-friendly than the original game. If I do replay, or if I do play the original on stream, I am not looking forward to these zero-G sections. Over here? Over here. How bad was it? Pretty bad. You could only move in certain directions, I think, if I recall correctly. So like, I've got full like movement options available. I think in the original you had to jump from surface to surface, but I could be misremembering. Hey, can I? I took damage from just flying into. Oh no, that's probably what hurt me. It's like, it's gonna die soon. It's on fire. Right, and now I can just take the long way. I can't take the long way back because the hangar door's closed. I really like the sound design. Oh yeah, the zero-G sound design is fantastic. Okay, the door's closed now, I guess, so I can't go that way. So we'll grab some more O2, because I hear that's important. But yeah, the muted noises of the plasma cutter, the only noise being Isaac's breathing and the soft beep of his suit, it's so cool. But it is sterile.
Zero gravity.
It really is.
Exiting vacuum.
Okay, so that's all for... Oh, that's strange. That's all for something I can't do yet anyway. But for those who were not here when I picked it up, that is a side quest to find the heads of all of the, I guess, departments, for want of a better word. And once I've got all of their rigs, because they're all dead, once I have all of their rigs, I can get master clearance and open everything. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if it's open everything. Well, technically it will be, I suppose, because by the point in the game which you find all of the rigs, I think I'll have the security clearance to open all of the level 3 stuff anyway. So it's this way, and then this way.
Flight deck tram control.
Because hydroponics is closed, so I can't go to the hydroponics station. Also, don't let it fool you, chat. This is react, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. This is a loading screen.
Now arriving at flight deck tram control.
Wow, that went for a journey. May have accidentally just used the stasis back. I don't know. I know I pressed B by accident. I would like to save the game. Where is the nearest save point? Oh, I'm running past it. Ooh. Do I have any nodes? I don't, but I could buy one. There's a store right here. That would take most of my remaining money. I'm not going to do that. Anyway. Is there a door on the map I can open now? I mean, there's that one. Sure, why not? Turn left at the save station, I suppose. You die. I'm sorry, did you not die when I told you to? That's just inconsiderate. Oh, you're still alive? Oh no, don't throw that. It is kind of rude. Are you good? There we go. It is kind of rude, really. Nope, wrong button. So far I'm less than impressed with the intensity director because it appears to just repopulate areas with enemies. And they're the annoying enemies to boot. To be perfectly clear, chat, I'm not a fan of respawning enemies anyway. Oh, well, that was exciting. So this way for the locked door? Yes. Nope. Respawning enemies is annoying. It is. I think I've talked about this before, but The I remembered where it was.
Clearance confirmed.
The Starforge sequence in Knights of the Old Republic, like the literal end of the game, I detested, and it almost completely pulled me off the game. Just because it was full of, like, technically not infinitely respawning. Technically there is a limit, but it's one of those technicalities where it's like, is it really worth arguing for that though? I think a necromorph jumped into the tramway, by the way. If it killed you, you should stay dead. Exactly. Yeah, to the point where in KOTOR, I just ran past everything. Because it was the only way I could actually cope. Oh, this is dark, isn't it? Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that there is a ship full of crew to, dismember.
Isaac, if you're near hydroponics, check your helmet filters. That air's not safe to breathe.
Yeah, I smelled it. The whole deck's rotting.
I'm reading a huge mass in food storage. Too big to be anything they grew. It looks like the source of the poison gas. That patient in medical. He said something about creating an enzyme, right? Maybe the scientist left the workstation open.
Hydroponics log, Dr. Elizabeth Cross. Now that sprinklers are fixed, we're working close to maximum capacity. All flora is thriving, and food yield has created a surplus. I had the surplus packed up so we could send it to the colony. But Captain Matthias is strictly enforcing his no-fly order. It's ridiculous. I'm lodging a complaint. Everyone knows Aegis 7 needs help. What harm could some fresh fruit do?
I don't know, have you choked on a lemon before? Remember, chat. Meet the future. Meet Co-Snacks. Everyone wants Peng. Oh, yes, the tram station. I was really confused for a moment and then remembered what I was doing here.
Station now accessible. Thank you for your patience.
Of all fruit, why a lemon? It was the first one that came to mind. That's it, really. Could have some Peng, frankly. Yeah, I could go for some Peng right now. Oh yeah, chat. Reminder that some people are really, really angry that the bathrooms on the Ishimura are all gender bathrooms. May Altman be with you. Chapel services twice weekly. Congratulations, whoever just won 5 points to the jump catch game. I don't want it. Oh. Should probably see medical about that. More like every bathroom in people's houses. Exactly. That's not sterile. No, it is not. Thank you for washing your hands. Yeah, but yeah, some people got really, really upset about the all-gender bathrooms. And it's like, this is capitalism at its finest. Why wouldn't they save space by putting a one bathroom fits all? Before servicing, shut off machine. Wise words. Hey chat, you like pumpkins? If I recall correctly, there were a lot of pumpkins in hydroponic. It's a good jump scare. What if you don't wanna? Well then you don't get thanked, do you? Sapling room, do not remove produce.
This is Dr. Elizabeth Cross. To all survivors, turn back. It's all gone. Everything we grew. My team. All dead. That monster. Please, leave. Get somewhere safe. If I can find a way to kill it somehow. Jacob, if you're hearing this, you know I have to try.
Jacob Temple was the chief of engineering. He went looking for her when stuff went down and couldn't find her.
Report in loop.
Oh wow, it does continue looping. That's
This is
cool.
Dr. Elizabeth Cross. To all survivors, turn back.
I've never actually had pumpkin soup. I
It's all
assume,
gone.
based on your statements, it's good.
Everything we grew. My team.
Some cabbage, got some mushrooms.
That monster.
Thank you for the story, Phil, and you appreciate it. No worries. I try to keep people up to date with stuff like that.
Warning. Liquid nitrogen supply depleted.
Shroom time! We're playing Mario all of a sudden. Insert one of the many Mario games here. Have some liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen replenished. Beginning enzyme synthesis. Enzyme synthesis complete. Caution. Do not ingest.
But what if it looks tasty?
Any luck?
Yeah, I finished the enzyme. It's been modified to digest something big.
They must have been trying to kill whatever's in food storage. Let's hope it works.
Okay, guess I have to do it at some point, chat. Look at the vegetables. How much money do I have now? Still not enough to justify buying a node. I'll buy 12 more plasma energy, however. Right, I'm going to save the game and take my wellness break because stretching and grabbing snacks is important, and we all know how salty I get if I don't have a chocolate bar or something. So, YouTube, I'm just going to pause the recording. Oh, we're back, YouTube. Oh, I also forgot to mention, chat. The stream schedule... the upcoming stream schedule... Sorry, I just got a message from Angel. May be a little fragmented, purely because... I was invited to join a TTRPG project earlier, and the word count is sizable. And I also have obligations on another project that I, need to do. So, as well as my own writing for my Ko-Fi account rewards. So I've got a lot of writing to do. It should be fine. I should be able to manage it with my the Mondays and Wednesdays that I have off already. But if I do need to, I will obviously take an extra day off a week to get the writing completed on time and to a high standard. I would tell you more about it, but obviously NDAs do exist, and I'd rather not break one. Suffice it to say, I'm excited. It's a great idea, and I will tell you more when I can.
No. Go back.
Oh, you're alive.
There's no way into food storage. Even if there was, the Leviathan would devour you.
You're Elizabeth Cross, right? This Leviathan, is that what's poisoning the air?
The air. My team, it's destroyed everything. I designed a special enzyme to kill it. I just needed liquid nitrogen to complete the synthesis. But the people I sent to medical never came back.
I've got some of that enzyme here.
Oh my god. How?
I came by medical.
Listen, we need to inject it into the Leviathan. You can't get into food storage, but there's another way. It's risky.
Riskier than running out of air?
My team has been altered.
that
breathing
noise?
out its toxins. That connection goes both ways.
Okay. So if I get to your team and inject them...
The enzyme will be carried right into the Leviathan's heart. Bind the Weezers. End their suffering. And when the Leviathan is weak enough, we vent the bastard into space.
Whoa, harsh language there. I'm really not. Sure, I can feel my neck muscles tensing up in anticipation. And there are 8 of the suckers. Reminder, this is the... I guess when I played this off stream, you know, a couple of years ago, I did get about halfway through the game, so that's pretty cool. This is the last chapter I did, so beyond venting the Leviathan into space, I don't think I did much more. I know I didn't complete... Our aim, no accidents. I know I didn't complete another chapter afterwards. Hey, Supervisor B. Antonov is out of office. Oh, well that's just not fair. That's just rude. Ripper upgrade. Actually, you know what? I saved before coming in here. And there's an autosave. If I don't have to use a med pack, I won't. Oh god, I can feel that. Like, so it's really weird to describe. I get like a buzzing sensation at the limbic system at the base of your brain. And like I can feel it building. In anticipation. Oh, the thing's not on the shelf this time. That's interesting. Doesn't sound fun at all. No, but like it's useful because I know when I'm going to start, when the muscle tick's going to start. So there's that. The water particle effects aren't there yet. Oh, sweet, the bench. I don't really know what to do. Silver lining, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I do. Excellent. And I got a free node from the upgrade tree. Ripper blades gain additional ricochet. But I'm not upgrading those, so it's fine. I could just max out what I can of the plasma cutter. Or I could do one of each. Yeah, let's go with that. Interesting. I thought that might unlock the thing immediately beneath it. And let's go with rate of fire. Although this is chapter, what did I say, 6? And I believe chapter 8 is when the plasma cutter upgrade is unlocked. Okay, that one doesn't spew. Good to know. That's closed to me for now. I'm actually going to go back to save, so I don't have to do these rooms again. Because that just took that took a long time. A 2 tram station. Also, chat, I'll be honest, one, don't forget that there's jiggle physics on the hands when Isaac sprints. I keep forgetting I have this suit on. I'm accustomed to it now, and then I catch myself glancing at the hands and wondering why it looks weird. But if anyone is watching and would like a story recap, please do feel free to ask. It was the head on your waistband that got me. Oh yeah, Mimir's head from Totally Not God of War. I like the fact there's a tic-tac-toe game on the skull, on the top. I don't know why it's there. I honestly could not tell you why that head is there. Because it's not like there's usually something there. Either, it's just there. Gonna check for resources. Oh! Okay. Bad touch. Nope. Oh, you're still alive, huh? I think with the babies, sometimes I catch them too low. And it counts it as a body shot rather than... Yeah, sometimes it counts it as a body shot, which they don't care about, rather than like a tentacle shot. Okay. Brief story rundown would be helpful. Watch like the very first someone else's stream, so no setting, very little story since. Okay, so story rundown. Isaac arrives on the Ishimura with Hammond, Johnston, Chen, and Daniels. They are the first names, obviously. Ishimura crash lands, crashes into. Their shuttle crash lands into the Ishimura, so it's wrecked. So the three of them, Johnston's injured in the crash. So Isaac, Hammond, Chen, and Daniels go to get help from the crew of the Ishimura. You go through arrivals, discover that all of the crew rigs are offline or unavailable. Do some reactivation of systems, and Necromorph grabs Chen and pulls him into a vent system. Chases Isaac down a lift. You then have to fix the tram network to get that back online. So that's basically the chunk of chapter 1 is getting the tram network back online. Then chapter 2 was going through medical, I think it was. No. Can't really remember the exact order, the exact sequence of things. Hang on, I can. I've got prompts. I've got memory aids. Haha. Chapter 1's new arrivals. Yeah, chapter 2 is medical. So going through medical to, find out what's happening on the ship. Because the captain's rig, which you need, is in medical. Captain's dead, obviously. And you get the rig, and the necromorphing process is revealed. Chapter 3 is engineering, right? Yeah, chapter 3 is getting the engines back online, because at the end of chapter 2, the Ishimura starts falling towards the planet. So you then have to get the engines back online to stop that, obviously. Chapter 4 was the bridge and dealing with all of that, really. There was the asteroid defense system was offline, so you go to fix that. There's just a lot of fixing things, and then chapter 5 is going back to medical, which is what I started with today, and figuring out why Nicole Signal says medical is safe, and then obviously there was the whole Mercer thing, and we're in chapter 6 now, which is the air on the station is poisoned. So what I'm understanding from the story thus far is the real horror isn't the monsters, it's the unisex bathrooms. Yes, it is the unisex bathroom, Baron. That is the true horror. But that was a swift story breakdown. Throughout all of this, I've been doing some side quests, of course, because they're in the game now. Nicole is looking into the outbreak, and I found like a secret safe room she'd constructed, and got some of her notes. Obviously, we've discovered that Chalice has been making necromorphs because he's a unitologist. And the next point in the side quest I have to reach is the Nicole one specifically is find somewhere in engineering that she's set up as like I think it was an autopsy room. Oh, hit us up with that trademark Byron irony. Basically, everything's broken. We're fixing them in order of whichever is most likely to kill us at each moment. Yeah, because Isaac's an engineer. And that's what he does. Also, if you weren't aware, in the original game, he's completely unvoiced. He is a silent protagonist. So the fact they actually gave him a voice in this is pretty nice. I'm procrastinating at this point, but there is this room to open. So.
Clearance confirmed.
West Seedling Room. Dang it! I don't want to pick this up because it's a long walk back to the shop, but I'm gonna have to. Alright, pick up the force gun. Full arsenal. Own every weapon in the game. I don't know why they put the security lock on the door, because you can't get here without being level 2. Very strange. That's some of that spicy trademark Byron irony right there. Okay, yeah, that made me jump. I'll admit. I need space. Immediately use that small medkit. Unfortunately, chat, I need to go back. Because, as mentioned previously, if you are carrying multiple weapons, the game gives you ammunition for all of those weapons. And I am trying as much as possible to use the plasma cutter for the achievement. So I can't use any other weapons. So I need all of the plasma energy pickups I can get. Do I have a node? No. Oh, that was dangerous. I just let the waste fester inside me. That's where all my well thought out arguments come from. Oh no. Oh, that's a thought. Thank you for sharing that one. Right. Let's see. Subsonic oscillator. Where is it? There it is. So the force gun, I believe its secondary fire is a like a gravity burst. I was going to buy a node, but I thought maybe health would be a good thing to invest in instead. Okay. You need something like 139 nodes to max everything out. I just noticed my health. I'm going to use the small one now and then save. Okay, so the small one just does 1 bar now. Good to know. So it's not really worth buying small med packs and med kits anymore. I will try to remember that. I don't know if the game was going to bamboozle me and throw another necromorph on the catwalk. One day I hope to be able to magically waste away, thus negating the need for a bathroom completely. Are you, if you'll pardon the pun, are you shitting on J.K. Rowling right now?
Security request retrieved.
Hello,
dang it.
security. This is Dr. Cross in hydroponics. Something just hit the hull near food storage. We think it's a rogue asteroid. I have
doing
people
exactly
injured
that.
from decompression. We need medics and crowd control right away. Oh my god. What the hell is this? Everyone out of food storage! It's alive! How can it be alive?
Toxic hazard detected.
It doesn't work. I've tried. Get in close and try injecting the enzyme.
Me every morning, frankly. That's fair, that's fair.
Toxic hazard cleared.
I hate the wheezing noise. I hate it so much. No. Okay, so I think medium... Yeah, mediums do 2 health, small does 1. It's alive? How can it be alive? Well, you know, it's... For a given value of alive. It's a space zombie, don't forget. Really? There's a spike somewhere. Get out of here, baby.
Let's cross again. I never asked your name.
Isaac Clarke, systems engineer.
Engineer. Have you seen Jacob Temple?
I haven't. But I'm looking for someone too. Dr. Nicole Brennan.
Dr. Brennan. Doesn't she help people leave unitology?
Yeah, like my mother. That's how we met.
I hope she's okay. The unitologists here didn't like anyone questioning them. And since the captain died, they've all snapped.
If I were in charge of this game, there'd be a zombie NPC called René Venant. Solid zombie name. I might put that into a TTRPG as a character somewhere. You know, I'd have to write it. It'd have to be one of my games because I don't think anyone would allow me to do that with their games. But it's a good joke. I've never noticed the key items tab. That's on me. Don't particularly have a need for the key items tab. Nope. Yeah, I'll be going to that one anyway, so. To Weezer 2! Wasn't Weezer a band? Did something about Buddy Holly, maybe? I'm not going near that. Dr. E. Cross, Senior Horticulturist. Yeah, just stab it. The less I have to listen to the tortured breathing, the better. Reading with Bubbles time. Chem Lab report to Dr. E. Cross from Prof. 8 Jägerwald, I guess? Or Jager, because there's no E. Subject, organic growth. Elizabeth, as requested, I've attached the latest test results for that organic growth we've observed on the ship. I know you're busy, but we really need to run a joint study with Dr. Howe. This substance is absolutely fascinating. Given its affinity for dead tissue, at first I thought it was some sort of fungus. But the cells most closely resemble bacteria with viral behaviour. This organism infects other cells through osmosis, then mutates and reproduces agamogenetically. What's most agamogenetic? No, I'm assuming it's a hard G for the first one. Agamogenetically. What's most incredible is the speed at which it grows. One of these bacterium reproduces 20-fold in just 1 minute. Sorry, I was just about to say like Conservative Party corruption scandals. That's why we haven't been able to pinpoint any specific origin point, I think. It just seemed to be in multiple points on the ship all at once. I've never seen anything like it. I won't stake my reputation on it, but I think this may be a genuine alien life form. Prof. Hawley theorizes that it's a habitat transformer. The levels of gaseous discharge are tremendous. Or gaseous discharge are tremendous, which is why it smells so bad. But to what end, we simply don't know. What organisms might exist symbiotically with it? Are they out there? Could they be sentient even? I'll keep you posted. Heinrich. You know, this whole business with the all-you-can vom bigotry game is really taking me back to arguments with friends voting Conservative. Yeah. I mean, I assume you saw my, Nope. I want whatever's behind there. Can I? I assume you saw my father's latest thing about, there we go, cis being used as a slur. Because that was great. Okay, we're 2 down, 6 to go, I think. Oh yeah, he totally did. He totally did. It was a couple of days ago now. Varsha got involved. Unsurprisingly. I love how so much of this game is just open a door, necromorph, dramatically highlighted with music sting, and that's it. That's the horror. Bosch can't help themselves. I know. I took a few days to formulate a reply that wasn't "Why are you my father and why you like this?" That door remains locked, however, so I have to go this way. Of course. To the refrigeration tower, chat. Another person I met was just like, you idiot. Another person I know, sorry, just straight out called him an idiot, which was very cathartic. Powering humanity, empowering you. Right. I may as well just buy an upgrade, because it gives me a node anyway. And I need the upgrades eventually. Oh, isn't this where the explosive ones are? Yep. Please explode. They also make a horrible noise. They come from behind? I can't remember. Oh, you can stay back. I like how they explode, but you can still stamp on them to, you know, destroy them. Feel for you, there's no way to deprogram them unless you invest a huge part of yourself and they're removed from their cesspool. Ah, their cesspool is reading the sun most days, apart from Sundays when he reads the Daily Mail. So it's an uphill fight that I'm never going to win. It is a Sisyphean task. Okay, it's moment to hydrate. I had a moment on Twitter yesterday where I was just scrolling, and you know, I follow a lot of trans and queer people on Twitter, so you know, there is a certain echo chamber around the bland wizard game, and then a streamer that I do like that I have done one collab stream with, was like, I can't wait to play it on stream, and I was like, oh gosh, I know for a fact you have a Jewish friend, and you know, that probably feels great for them. I'm not going to name names, obviously, because that's just impolite, but... I mean, you can probably figure out the Jewish friend based on people I know who are Jewish, but... Had to unfollow at least one streamer? Yeah. West Refrigeration Core. Warning, the refrigeration core is a cold temperature, 0G environment. Do not enter without a proper protective suit and gravity boots. Straight up going to and from block and follow anyone who I've... Yep. Think it may be the same one? It may be.
Entering zero gravity.
I need to do that. Oh, hang on. Oh, right, I'm not playing the Callisto Protocol. I can't grab things. Well, not like canon that, anyway. Or, like, I've seen you can doing that. Where is it? There it is. Oh. Can I break you on this? No. Meant to see but feel is close enough. Yeah, it's just like someone's playing Hogwarts Legacy. Twitch. Yes, that person. Whee. Oh, hello. You just look at someone and you're like, yes, you have a Hogwarts Legacy vibe. Started getting Twitch adverts for the game and Twitter is recommending me posts for game giveaways. Yeah, there's been a huge thing about... I think a streamer wrote an open letter to Twitch about not doing that ad campaign. And I was like, that's ambitious. Twitch, not do the easy money thing. Gotta get that sweet Warner Brothers money. Where are you? I can't see. Ah, there you go. That money went flying. I don't know where that went. It's over here somewhere. You know what? There's a necromorph to deal with first. Considering I can't see it, the fact I just set it on fire, very impressive. I think it's still alive. Oh, there it is. I used to be VV into the Harry Potter scene as a teenager, so anyone who I know from those days who won't save themselves money is an instant no. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with the franchise, and as a child who doesn't critically engage with stuff, it was pretty good. But as an adult, you know, the world building's not great. and obviously it's extremely problematic, but I still enjoyed it a bunch. I still have fond memories of it. Still not going to buy Hogwarts Legacy. And the worst thing about all of this is my partner, like, the pain and anger in her eyes every time it comes up, or something new, but JKR says something new, it's just very demoralizing, because it means so much to her.
Toxic hazard detected.
Okay, you do not want to get close to them. I was under the impression JK didn't really have anything to do with Hogwarts Legacy. Well, she didn't, but she has said publicly that, like, she firmly believes that any, or not, I don't think she said it publicly necessarily, but obviously any money that is made by the game goes to supporting her views. And I mean, Hogwarts Legacy itself obviously has a huge problem with anti-Semitism, so actually lines her pocket more than anything. Yeah, pretty much. Use it as vindication.
Zero gravity.
And yeah, the cultural capital behind it, obviously. Like, you're saying that you're willing to... That corpse has gone. Oh no, it's up there. You're willing to support her views. Right. Where are they? Sorry about dying, by the way. This section is making me slightly motion sick, so I apologise if it's doing the same for you. Can I? No. No, I can't. I know Warner Bros. Wanted to distance the franchise from JKR because of the financial problems it causes them. Oh yeah, definitely. Although the reunion thing that they did, she was invited to, she just didn't go. Like, I'm pretty sure she attended the red carpet for the latest Fantastic Beasts movie and left before everyone else turned up. It's like, it's the perfect middle-class fragile ego. I'm going to say all of these things, but I'm not going to stick around for the consequences. Because I'm middle class, and I'm rich, and I'm white, and I don't have to. Meanwhile, those trans people are like, we just want to live, really. That's it. We just want to live without... Oh, that's my cartridge, cool. Without fearing for our lives. I was wondering if firing madly would work. I think it did. I probably shouldn't waste ammunition like that, in all fairness. There we go. Middle-class white woman dealing with consequences? Unheard of. British as fuck person dealing with consequences? Yup. I know. The very concept, it chills the bones. Okay, and now, since I wasted all that ammunition, how much do I actually have? I still have 81 shots. We're all good. Apparently this stream is dead salt, not dead space. I apologise. Also, didn't know that the K stood for Karen.
Entering zero
It doesn't stand for Karen, that isn't a factoid, but it may as well. Oh, I thought that was a corpse. Hey, could you? Thank you. Salt the dead. Why are we selling corpses? She could have just lived the rest of her life in complete luxury, publishing whatever the hell she liked. Bathing in the bath of beans every day. She could have done. She could have had beans on beans on a bagel for lunch every day. But then again, at Christmas, she did tweet a picture of her TV because she was watching Die Hard and wanted to get in on the meme, I guess. And her television is in the weirdest placement in her room. It is next to the chimney breast, so the sofa isn't even facing it. And it sticks. It's so big, it sticks out over a doorway. It's really strange to look at. Yeah, back out this way.
Exiting zero gravity.
Okay, so it looks like I'll have maybe a 3-hour stream today, which is fine. I would like you to explode, please. And you to also explode, please. So I think they're called twitches for whatever reason, which is great as someone who actually gets muscle twitches, spasms, tics, call it what you will, because of the noise they make. Yeah, she's rich. Rich people don't know how to do anything correctly and obnoxiously. To have everything lined up for you and to actively choose to be an anti-Semitic, slavery apologist, transphobe is a freaking trip. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is. Right. Do I have anything to sell? Nice. I guess I could buy another med kit. Med pack, sorry. Hang on, chat. I apologize for that. I could feel that coming. Current greenhouse humidity is at 56.6%. Yep. Hang on. Before I turn that off, is there a collectible over there? I mean, it's no big deal, obviously, if there is a collectible over there, but the less I have to pick up on the New Game Plus playthrough, the better. So that audio log that I got and went into food storage, where Cross is like, don't, it's not going to work. That cancels out another audio log because I'd already made the enzyme. If you don't make the enzyme, you get the other audio log, but that prevents you from getting the first one. That's pretty cool. Anyway. Refrigeration, that's where I am. No, doesn't appear to be one. You know I'm keeping the jungle ambience on, right, chat?
Toxic hazard detected.
Yeah, this is the room. Nicole?
Isaac, where are you? Help me.
Oh, that was a little sus. The way that she appeared on all of the monitors in the room. case. The champions, jungle ambience. I dig it. Okay, so they do appear to have toned down the wheezing sound effect, which I am incredibly grateful for. Nope, absolutely not. Freeze. Use stasis on 50 enemies. So those I suspected something like that would happen because the room is full of dead bodies. For those who do not know Dead Space lore, I don't know what they're actually called, but they look like fleshy moths. So flesh moth suffices. If they land on a body and, you know, make out aggressively with it, it makes a necromorph. It really riles me how some people don't seem to understand how supporting something that encourages harm in a group means the group will be upset with them and they don't get invited to birthday parties. Yeah, it's like a lot of people seem to be justifying why they should be allowed to play the game. And it's like, if you have to justify why you should be allowed to play the game, perhaps you should consider why you feel that way. Not about the flesh moths? No, they're not fun. They also take a lot of ammunition to kill. Like, I probably overreacted.
Isaac, I looked up Cross's notes on the... Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Kendra?
It's him. 2 doors behind you. Karen. Wait, he's gone. He waved at me, and... sorry, Isaac. Keep going. A glitch on the cameras. It looked like my little brother. Stupid, right? That's not possible.
All things are possible with unitology. Rig. You can totally play the game, just don't expect any of your affected friends to stick around. It's fairly simple to me. Can never be overreacting to a flesh moth, frankly. Feel like it wasn't a glitch on the camera somehow. No! No, it was not. That's the psychological horror side of the game. Which, it's fine, I guess. Why is this an option, but I don't have an objective in here? Okay, the spooky air voices just said Isaac. Chekhov's camera glitch. Oh, fun fact about Chekhov's. Angel and I call it Gonzo Starfish because in the film The Muppets Treasure Island, the only adaptation of Treasure Island you need to concern yourself about, Gonzo's Starfish collection is referenced early on and is pivotal at the end of the film. It's like a few years back hearing about those closet tourists crying themselves to sleep and having to pretend they're not voting for poor people to die so they can still have drinks. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There was one, and I think it was an Engadget journalist, was saying she should be allowed to play the game because she's bisexual. Alright, I'm going to explore this area of the map first. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I recognise cutscene hallway. I can't sprint in here, by the way. This is a forced walking sequence. There we go. What I was waiting for. Oh, hey. Not about the flesh tunnel. Yeah, there's a couple of them in the game, and it's the same thing, same deal every time.
Just the repair mission, they said. Not this. Not seeing my dead brother on the fucking cameras. All this death. Imagine what the marker could do in the wrong hands.
This is about CEC again?
Just thinking. If some corporate asshole tries to take the marker, you and me could do something about it.
You're leaning pretty hard on that if.
Oh, come on. Where's Hammond? What's he doing?
I don't know. If I don't focus, we'll run out of air before it matters.
Which is bad. In case you were curious, chat. Running out of air. Very bad. Not about this flesh tunnel, even less about the angry flesh tunnel monster. Yeah, the fleshy appendage, I believe that Angel was not a fan of my name for it. I'm probably going to have to come back this way after dealing with the Wheezers. I'm legally obliged to say, nice. Nice, nice. Thank you for redeeming that. Oh, hey, I don't know if anyone's in chat is bothered. I saw a streamer had come up with an alternative to Pepe, because obviously the far right have co-opted Pepe. If anyone's on Beta TTV, it's called Frugi. Okay. Oh. I suppose I do this. Which lets me get past it up here. No. No. I can't wait to have to do this all over again. Oh, right, you can't. Can't press buttons and stuff if you're hovering. Ow. I think that's dead. That's definitely dead. Chat, it wasn't dead. Oh, is this just to find another Weezer? Maybe? Oh well, I'm here now. May as well continue. You just got Weezered.
Exiting zero gravity.
Oh, there was the Weezer over here at least. Oh, that's Weezer 7. Okay, I assume that Weezer 8 is past this point. No, that's all the way down there.
Warning. Thermodynamic purifiers malfunctioning. Stand clear of filtration tubes.
Thermodynamic purifiers, so flame tunnels, incinerators. Ishimura crew members, your ship is full of fragile equipment. Please take care around emergency door locks and other sensitive devices. In case of damage, contact CEC Facilities Director on com frequency 79220. Yeah, it'd be a real shame if one of these door locks broke, wouldn't it?
Warning. Thermodynamic purifiers malfunctioning. Stand clear of filtration tubes.
I'm going to wait for the fire to happen and then run. I love the chromatic aberration. I don't know how well it's been picked up by... Let me out, let me out, let me out! Oh, they're still alive. Or, you know, not alive, but... Well, let's add filtration juice at first. What a time to come back to stream. Yeah, tasty, tasty filtration juice. A little bit of real shame if someone stamps on all your stuff. Yeah, it really would, wouldn't it? Right, I'm just happy I keep remembering I haven't accidentally hit B to stamp on something yet. Really, really hope that after all of this, there's a fast way back. Before I go into the storage room and deal with the Weezer.
Thermodynamic purifiers malfunctioning. Stand
Oh
clear
no!
of filtration tubes.
Who could have foreseen such an eventuality? But it's fine, because, oh, well, that's not sterile. B only does stasis packs now, because I changed that. Technical manual. This manual is open to a chapter entitled Thermodynamic Purifiers Maintenance and Upkeep. The notes section has been expanded with. Pulled all the regulators from the purifiers and cranked them up as high as they go. Fucking crazy, but all I can do. Should burn off at least some of the gas, I think. Fuck, I don't know. I have to try anything. Seeing Hidaka puke up her own lungs. Deleted. I can't. That can't be me. Oh, God help us. Sweet node. Oh yeah, chat. In case you were curious, that's how the Weezers do. They vomit their own lungs up. So that gets me back there. I'm hoping this tape just loops me around.
Toxic hazard detected.
Not for much longer. Stab in the back of the neck.
Thermodynamic purifiers malfunctioning. Stand clear of filtration tubes.
Would be a real simply hate that knowledge. Yeah, I'm sorry for sharing that with you. Fine. I was trying to kill it with its own foot, but the game wasn't having any of that. You know, to save on ammunition.
Warning. Thermodynamic purifiers
Earth, Spring Mountain, back home for
Stand clear of filtration tubes.
To East Grow Chamber. Well, I'm gonna go this way. I think the East Grow Chamber was where I pieced out. Fully why you hit yourself energy, pretty much. I know you can kill them with physics objects, but it was a bit close, so I was like, I'm just gonna shoot you and deal with it that way.
I think we thank you.
please. Thank you. That's weird. Oh, and then that's number 8 because it loops all the way back around to the big room. Where 5 and 6 are, I assume. Or 5 at least. Yeah, 5 and 6. I'll tell you what, for better or worse, I mentioned this during quarantine, dang it.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Oh, it's a brute. That's in the wrong place. I think that means it's dead. They did not mean it was dead. I know there are stasis things I can pick up and throw, but... I think I mentioned this during one of my Resident Evil playthroughs. Games have gone really good at like exposed muscle fibers and things of that nature. Also, congratulations whoever just scored 5 points in the jump catch game. May you spend them wisely. Nope. There's a baby. What's this? Oh, I guess I haven't been to a bench since I found that. No, makes sense. Speaking of benches, I'm going to pause and hydrate. Hopefully, chat, I'm providing the nice, chill content you've all come to associate with the channel. Despite the fact this is obviously a horror game. A very fleshy one at that. Fortunately, body horror has never really been an issue for me. Oh. Corn. A taste of home. I don't know where this needs to go, so I'm just going to put it in the middle until I find... Oh. I found where it goes, chat. Just stay there. Hey. Freeze. Oh, I actually killed it doing that. Okay. Chill will also stomp in baby monsters? Yeah, well, you got to stomp, right? Sometimes you've just got to stomp. Oh, hello. Why would I want to turn gravity off, though? You know what? That's a problem I'm sure I will solve later. Yeah, they've definitely toned down the breathing, because I can vaguely hear it, but it's not egregious. I distinctly remember being, like, haunted by it in the original. Oh, there it is. Alright, well, node, I guess. I have more nodes than I can actually use. Which isn't a bad thing, I guess, but... Alright, increase the size. Wink. And I may as well have this capacity. I have 3 nodes left, and I'm saving them all because I don't want to start upgrading other guns just yet. So I know you can get to level 5 suit in the new game, because New Game Plus, I believe, gives you the level 6 suit. So I assume the level 6 suit is what all of these just random nodes are for. So I'm assuming level 4 and 5 give you maybe like the 4 above the one I'm currently at, and then 3 or 4 of those to the right of this one. As I say, the final upgrade for the plasma cut is in chapter 8, so I have another chapter to go before then. It will be nice, however, playing through on easy and just wrecking face. Oh. Alright, which corner of the room are you in? Oh, no, it's on a wall, isn't it? That's why I need to turn gravity off? Yeah.
Entering zero gravity.
Freeze! No, I don't want that chunk. I want the spiky bit. Ow. My theory is if I keep moving, it'll be harder for them to hit me. Thank you. I did just notice all of the spikes scattered around the room as well. That's on me. Yeah, there it is. It's up there. It's another spike. I'm just seeing if there's anything to pick up, but it's just all spikes. Okay. Or stakes, I should say. I guess you could say me not noticing them was a big mistake.
Toxic hazard detected.
Oh, that's what I'm... I think I'll be adding that one to the weekly highlights of stupid jokes and things. Oh, there's just a brain. Just vibing. Cool.
This is Liz Cross. Hydroponics. I need to record their names. Hidaka. Holly. Andanov. Mark. So many. I don't know how much gas they took in. I just saw them change. That crack when their lungs burst out like flowers. Jacob. I love you. I know. Up there at peace. Thank you.
You're welcome, Cross.
Metabolism is slowing.
Cross, something's up.
It must have worked. You gave it enough enzyme to dissolve a freighter. Okay, I'm unlocking food storage. Quickly get back there and space the bastard while we have the chance.
You've discovered the shame sign. Thank you for giving me the shame sign. Free brain to those who can catch. Exactly. However, I suspect that was the end of that audio log.
Liz Cross.
Nope.
This is Liz Cross. Hydroponics. I need to record their names. Hidaka, Holly, Andanov, Mark. So many. I don't know how much gas they took in. I just saw them change. That crack when their lungs burst out like flowers. Jacob. I love you. And I'm so scared because I know how to kill the Leviathan. So I have to stay until it's paid for every single one of them.
Sorry, I know not everyone's into lore as much as I am, but it really, 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 really bothers me when a streamer plays games and doesn't listen to the stuff. Oh wow, they're totally sequential objectives. So I've got to wait for it to play out? Fantastic. Love the lore, baby. Exactly. Right, where am I going? Oh, right, I can zero grab. Egypt. Please? I have no idea where the breadcrumb is trying to take me. I will be completely honest, chat. Is it the lift? It is not the lift. I have bamboozled myself. Maybe it was the lift. Is it this door? It is. Okay. Oh. Trying to figure out what room I was in. And I realized. Yep. Back this way. And down again. Yeah, I've been that way. Every now and then the hands twitch and the movement catches me off guard and I'm like, oh gosh. Yep. Cool. I was remembering the way to go correctly. That doesn't seem good. It's just a thought, but the ship literally exploding around me doesn't seem good. Choose for trolls, folks. Choose for trolls. Worthy cause. Even if the spokes troll still sits with his feet in the ground. Well, I guess it's got no shoes, right? How else is it going to keep his feet warm? Never thought of it that way before, but just occurred to me. Remember when I sold those med packs, chat? I have a lot of money. What do I need? I need ammunition. Get one of those. And I'll get the cheapest upgrade. I don't technically, as I say, need to buy them, because I can get them during the New Game Plus playthrough, but yeah, why not? I have a small, don't I? I do. And I'm almost certain I've missed collectible, audio and text logs, but because of there's that level 3 door I can't open just yet anyway. And at least one of these is the message I can't read. I can't get on this playthrough. I really don't care. My usual philosophy for those curious with collectibles is if I can get about 75% of them on the first playthrough, I'm happy with that. It means I've done a reasonable amount of exploration. Obviously, these are also really big rooms. The East and West grow chambers. So it's going to be super easy to miss something in them. That entire section was locked as well, so... It's annoying, but I'll go and get New Game Plus. Eject the Leviathan into space. Don't mind if I do. Initiate airlock release, please. Space the food.
Contamination detected in food storage. Cycling airlock.
Damn it! The airlock's open, but the Leviathan's too strong.
Boss fight.
It's clinging to the interior of food storage. We need more enzyme.
Got a plasma cutter.
I'm going in. Maybe I can cut it loose.
The Leviathan has a 10 kiloton mass. Do you really need me to tell you this is a bad idea?
Well, I'm all out of good ideas, so guess what's left?
No, that's fair, I feel. I feel like that's very fair. It's also a good line.
Entering zero gravity.
I'm going to grab what I can before stepping over any trigger that may be at the end of this platform. Wow, that stasis range is incredible. Can I get that one? Look at all the loot. The weapons I don't even have. Oh, I mean, I have the weapons, I'm just not using them. Nope. That's not what I wanted to grab at all. Okay, I think I've reached the range. So, just so I don't have to do that all over again, I'm gonna go save. The only... Actually, because I don't need those pulse rounds, so I'll just stick them in my storage. I could sell them for money, but it's not a lot of money. Move to storage, and move that to storage as well. That gives me, what, 200 seconds of air, which should be more than enough. Okay, game has been saved. Let us do the boss fight. Yes, the only comment I have... Oh. is that it would have been nice if they'd included a total ammo count in the hologram that tells you how much ammunition is left in the plasma cutter. But that's just a minor gripe.
Entering zero gravity.
Right. This is the Leviathan, by the way. Okay, well, didn't care for that. Oh, right, that's it. You have to bait it out, and then it's, like, weak. Vulnerable. There we go. I vaguely remember it. It's hardly, you know, rocket science. That's a big boy? Yeah, it's 10 kiloton. Big boy. Did it, like, pull back or something? See, I've banjaxed myself by having the canisters behind me. And wasting those first few. Oh, whoops.
Toxic hazard detected.
Phase 2.
It's expelling all its gas reserves. It must be close. Isaac, finish it off.
I assume the boss fight is over. Chunk.
Toxic hazard.
Yeah, this whole Leviathan is a toxic hazard, TBH. Yeah, it was.
And lo, you crushed the heads of Leviathan. He will be meat for those in the wilderness. Thank you, Isaac. Come back inside. We should talk.
I'm sorry, it was really jarring because, like, I was in full control of Isaac during that entire boss fight, and then he just stopped dead, and I was like, oh god, is something wrong? And then I realized, no, the fight's over. That was Also, I think that might have been, yeah, no controls for you, just controller slapped out of my hand. Yeah, so the a lot of the story video calls are counted as collectibles. So I might only have missed 2. Potentially, depending on how this end sequence goes for the chapter. Nope, wrong way. I'm so glad I paid the 10. You know, I probably couldn't afford it, but I'm so glad I paid the 10 extra pounds for the suit. The other ones are cool, but this one has a hat, has a head, and hands.
There's still pockets of gas trapped here and there.
Here and there, I can handle.
Listen, Jacob, my Jacob. Last I heard, he was on the mining deck with some other survivors. He said they were building an SOS beacon.
Did they finish it?
He said it was nearly done, but I haven't heard from him in a while. I can't leave yet. I need to make sure the air is safe to breathe. But if you can find that SOS beacon, call for rescue.
I will. Mining deck. Okay, got it. And if I meet Jacob?
Tell him I'll find him. He's all I want to see.
An SOS beacon. Someone jettisoned all the others. Isaac, there's a shortcut to the mining deck, near Cross's workstation. I'll get it open. Goddamn. We might actually get out of this nightmare.
Okay, so that's the, that's the one I was concerned about because of the sound. Don't say that. I can make her say it again if you want. Did I find all of them apart from that last one? Okay, so the only collectible I'm missing from that chapter was the one I can't get because I made the enzyme first. Go me. I jinxed it. Absolutely. Kendra, what have you done? Can we also take a moment to appreciate that her parents named her and her sibling Kendra and Kieran? Did I pick up anything to sell? No. I keep seeing the weapon upgrade and thinking that's the thing to sell. It really isn't. What a choice, I know, right? Okay. Into the void. So I think I may have done some of this. Heck, I might have done more than I thought I had. You know, when I play this off stream.
Cannot determine clearance level. Master security override required.
I wonder what's in those. It's the second one of those I found. They don't mark on the map either, unfortunately. Oh, they do. Fantastic. Good. Good. Oh, hey. Money. How much money do I have? 12,000? I'm gonna buy some more plasma energy. Another 12, why not? Nope. Although I think I'll be getting a new suit upgrade soon, so I should probably start saving for that. For the not for the extra inventory space, you understand. For the extra armor, I also do like how, unless you're playing this on easy, the game is not giving you enough resources to fill out the inventory space. Which, again, like, play on whatever difficulty is fun for you. I'm playing on medium because I wanted to. I wanted to have the intended experience, so to speak. I never... Oh, I give great peng. Something, 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 anyone? Sorry. Had a family emergency. When can we try again? How about... something, something? I'll be here. Give them hope, give them strength. They'll last a bit longer. We are so fucked. Don't support the church. Innocent bloodshed. That is just a evergreen statement, I feel. God bless our pawns. Oh, is this mining? Yes. Mining deck. Cool. There's a drop.
Station now accessible. Thank you for your patience.
Hit me with that sweet map. Oh. Go to mining deck. It's just the first room. Cool. Don't open that door. They have come. Oh, well, I opened the door.
Level 3.
The mining deck systems are running
Thanks, Daniels.
haywire. Great. Let me work on the elevators.
They give good pay
Any
too.
idea where Tempo's
I do not
SOS
doubt it at
beacon
all.
might be?
I'll check the mining control room. The launch tubes there could send out a beacon easy.
Anyone there?
Hammond? Where are you?
In the vents, hoping they don't hear me.
Yeah, those things are everywhere.
No, the unitologists. They're all here on the crew deck. They've lost it. One of them stabbed her friend in the head. He just stood there. He fucking smiled. They're going somewhere.
Hammond! Shit. Lost the signal again. We gotta find that beacon, Isaac. Fast.
Go to the mining deck. Activate the launch tubes. I have so many objectives that were just waiting for the mining deck. So obviously there's a rig on this deck. Ore storage, I believe, is for, yeah, the premeditated malpractice, and then that's the Nicole subquest, side quest. I saw that door's a master, needs the master override, but I still want to get to it to check it out. Oh, come on, Isaac, turn sideways. Well, that was just rude. Have a foot. It was yours. I want to know what's in there, but I can't get in there. Oh, hello, node. I suspect this to be a node anyway. Yeah, that's a node. What is really good is each deck does feel different. I mean, Ishimura itself just feels lived in, but each deck is very different in terms of aesthetic and stuff. I do like that. I dig it. K9. That's a bit small for a dog, but okay. Level 3? Yeah, level 3. Fuck this ship, it's shitty caption. It's shitty captain. Oh, fuck this ship, it's a shitty capitalist organization. I got there in the end, chat. I think we've had that one before, but it bears repeating. I don't really have enough. I was going to buy another med pack, but like I said, I don't need another med pack. Extreme mood. Extreme mood indeed. Quality soda, Sun Cola, since 2190. Notice, wash hands before returning to work. Yeah, chat, we're in a pandemic. Wash hands, get vaccinated, all that good stuff. Do I have anything to spend these nodes on? I don't think I do, right? Upgraded everything I could. Flamethrower upgrade. Well, I guess it does give me that space back, to be fair. Ripper is just the additional ricochet. And the flamethrower is... Firewalls burn for much longer. It must be sterile. Must be. But everything is noded for now, I believe. Yes, cool. Just going to keep collecting nodes. Oh, I was like, why is Isaac walking and I'm not holding a directional input? It's because the controller's dying. Don't worry about it. Actually, I have just hit the 3-hour mark. You know what? I feel like that's a good story beat to end on. It's the start of another chapter. I've done all the collectible hunting. I've hit the 3-hour mark. Kind of tired and hungry. Although, obviously I have to wait for my partner to get home before I can eat. I don't mind calling it here. Otherwise, I'm just going to be halfway through something and have to stop. So, yeah, I hate doing that. So, I just want to thank everyone for sitting with me through Environmental Hazard. I really don't like the wheezing sound effect, and apparently they've toned that down, or I'm just misremembering. So that's good. So, for context, I don't have any diagnosis or anything to back this up, but I think I have a touch of synesthesia, because certain sounds and words do have like a physical feeling to me, and they don't feel good. So that's why I was very concerned. And obviously, if it's a combination of that and it's just like a horrible brain feel, it sets off my muscle tics. However, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back theoretically on Thursday, where we'll continue with the back half of the game. The Environmental Hazard marks the halfway point. There are 12 chapters. Environmental Hazard is chapter 6. And it's taken me about 9 hours to get this far in the game, so an 18-hour game is pretty good. Should finish it next week. A note on games this month, by the way, for anyone curious. I have got my eye on Atomic Heart, which comes out on the 21st. It's coming straight to Game Pass. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it or not. I might be reviewing it for gamer dating anyway, but that if I do, it will likely be off stream unless they're happy for a delayed review so I can play it on stream. But all of the pre-release stuff I've encountered is like, it doesn't seem like it's great. But obviously, if gamer dating want a review of it, I'll play it. It just depends if they get a code through for me to use, or if they don't but still want a review of the game. Atomic Heart, for those who don't know, it's kind of billed as a Russian Bioshock during, I think, alternate 1950s. So that's what it is. But after this, Byron gifted me a comedy point-and-click adventure a couple of months ago called Nelly Coutelot, The Foul Fleet, and that's what's coming up after this. And then if I don't do Atomic Heart, I'll probably go straight back to Breath of the Wild, because next month, I believe it's next month, is Resident Evil 4's launch date, and I might get Resident Evil 4 to play on launch for you all, if you're all good, and want me to, obviously. But I might, if there's a decent number of people to chat to on Thursday, I might throw that open to that chat to see if they want Resident Evil 4 content on the channel. But until I see you again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. YouTube, if you have enjoyed, please do let me know what you think in the comments section below. And if you aren't already subscribing to the YouTube channel, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. But please do stay safe, healthy, and wholesome. Bye.